We have two very small cells out near Arizona 96 that have just formed up in the last couple of minutes. So that's kind of what we've been monitoring all evening. Here's that flash flood watch that goes until 1 a.m. It includes all of Maricopa County, Pinal County, out toward the Globe area, Tucson as well. Rainfall rates up to an inch an hour and then blowing dust. But as these storms start to encompass most of the valley and even a good portion of Pinal County, that dust threat will start to diminish a little bit because we're seeing a widespread rainfall event. As we take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast, you can see a chance for precipitation continuing for the next several hours. This is for the valley. Temperatures quickly dropping off. In fact, we'll be in the 90s all evening after reaching a high today of about 107. And even early tomorrow morning, notice 7 a.m., a 40% chance at some showers and storms. So we could have a wet morning commute anywhere where we break out into some sunshine tomorrow, which will happen around 10 or 11 a.m. That's where we'll have our best chance to see the redevelopment of showers and storms, because tomorrow is going to be another very active weather day. This is our future cast model. We're going to take you through the next 24 hours, hour by hour, and show you the projected radar image through tomorrow. You can see a little bit of green through 8 o'clock tonight. This is a look at this evening, continuing through midnight, even for Maricopa County. And here's a look at early tomorrow morning. You can see a fair number of clouds, showers, and thunderstorms still on the map. And then those thunderstorms, again, will fire up where we break out into some sunshine. So the more sunshine we see tomorrow morning, the higher the storm coverage, and the storms tomorrow will likely brew earlier in the day by about noon to 1 o'clock. Mark?
Hey, Linz, real fast before we go, I wanted to ask you, you talked about the storm's back building.
Yes.
Not something we hear about all the time. What exactly does that mean?
So a lot of times they can form over the exact same areas that we saw earlier in the evening. So we are seeing that a lot of times when the outflows interact with one another, where you see that interaction, you'll see a brand new thunderstorm fire up. So that's why we've seen brand new development with the case of that cell over Maricopa. We saw a cell around 4 o'clock today in that exact same location, and now 2-3 hours later again.
And can those be more severe?
Typically, sometimes they can pulse up and pack a punch very quickly, and then they can die down very quickly as well. So they come up quick and then they die as fast as they form.
All right. Thanks, Linz. We'll check back with you in a second.
Well, Jen Wall, she has been in our storm tracker all afternoon. She's been in the thick of it at times. And Jen, where are you now? You've been on the 202 pretty much all afternoon. Is that where you are still?
Yeah, hey guys, so we are on the 10 and we are going eastbound right now. So we are just about to get through Chandler, and I want to give you a live look now of exactly where we are. Looks like our camera has switched over, so that's great. So we are heading south of Phoenix, trying to catch the very tip of some of those cells south of the valley that Lindsay was just talking about. And as far as rain goes right now, it's pretty light to moderate. So let me see, my photographer, Nick, I'm so used to working with Chris in the morning. My photographer is gonna stay on the 10 going eastbound and try and show you what's going on here. So we have seen some really good lightning. This has been the best shot for lightning. Just a lot of just single strikes here south of the valley, not just the lightning that lights up the entire sky. So let's go ahead and pan. We're gonna zoom it in and show you the vehicles in front of us. So finally, the roadways have opened up here because we've been dealing with a lot of bumper-to-bumper rush hour traffic that's just kind of gotten us jammed up. But we are looking south of Phoenix right now. Skies are very, very dark, and a lot of these storms are really just kind of west of the 10 and south of Phoenix. So right over the Gila River Indian Reservation, just an area that's kind of tough for us to get to. We'll pan our camera, 360 cam here, and we'll show you what we are looking at. A lot of dark skies south of Phoenix. If you keep panning around, you can see things clear up once you get to Phoenix, and these storms are heading off to the west. So that is a look behind us. So looking north, and you see those clear skies there, and I'll go ahead and pan down too so you can see that better. And traffic on the 10 isn't too bad, thankfully. That's a really beautiful shot. So we've been dealing with some very heavy rain at times. We've been stuck in some of these more severe storms, but right now it's really not too bad. Again, some of these heavier storms that are in the valley are just really tough to get to. So let me go ahead and pan this around here and we'll show you guys. Sorry for making you sick. We're gonna make it, there we go. Now you can see in front of us. So if we're looking on radar, these storms are just on the edge of the tent. So if we hit anything right now, it's going to be light to moderate rain. And the best that we've been able to show you has just been a great lightning show from this part of the valley where we are right now. But some of the other issues that we've had to deal with are very strong winds, as well as lightning, and then some hydroplaning. The roads got very, very slippery at times. So if you're driving in any of this, any of the thunderstorms that Lindsay was talking about that could rebuild throughout the evening, could definitely get slick for you out there. And then I know my photographer Nick was dealing with some very strong wind speeds as well. So guys, we're going to be tracking all of this throughout the night. Thankfully, we haven't really seen any crashes where we've been driving. We've hit up the 202 through Mesa, Tempe, and Phoenix. Looks like people have just been slowing down when they've needed to. And let me go ahead and pan this over here because I know we're getting some lightning right now. Hopefully we can catch some of those strikes for you guys. A lot of the ADOT cameras are good. They say low visibility, blowing dust, Phoenix to Tucson. So that is another threat that we could see throughout the night. I don't know if you guys can see that lightning there. It's kind of faint, but from time to time we catch some pretty good strikes on our camera.
All right.
Monsoon storm, really nice. It's been extremely dry, guys. Sorry, we don't have any rain to show you, unfortunately. It's all over here, over the Gila River Indian Reservation mark. There we go. It's starting to come down a little bit.
All right, just please stay safe out there. All right, Jen Wall, we'll check back with you a little bit later. Let's give you a shot at what it looks like in downtown Phoenix, and really, it looks like it's lightened up over downtown Phoenix. About 45 minutes ago, it was socked in out towards the airport and South Mountain, and now you can see those clouds starting to lift, at least for the time being. Lindsay says we could get another round later on tonight. Let's check in with Team 12's Bianca Bono, who is live for us in downtown Phoenix, and she went through some heavy rain earlier, but now it's let up, right, Bianca?
Yeah, Mark, it's drizzling barely, but it's pretty much dried up at this point. But yeah, right around the 6 o'clock hour, we started to see some really heavy rain move into the downtown area. We're right outside our studio on 2nd Street and Van Buren, and things have certainly improved over the last 40 minutes or so. Take a look at the intersection here, totally clear at this point, which is fantastic news. Right before 6 o'clock, we saw the winds really start to pick up. Some of the trees were shaking pretty strongly here downtown. And then, of course, right at that 6 o'clock hour, we are having some audio issues, but I think you saw our picture. You could see just torrential rain moving through the downtown area. Water really did start to pick up on the roadways, but the good news right now is it's all pretty much dried up and things are feeling pretty back to normal now. The temperatures have certainly dropped quite a bit compared to earlier today, so it does feel quite pleasant outside. There's a little bit of humidity, but other than that, it's pretty nice here. I will say that to the south of us, looking south on 2nd Street, we did see quite a bit of lightning and heard some really loud thunder. That was again right around 6:15 or so. That's when we decided to go inside, wait it out a little bit, and now things have certainly died down. But we are keeping an eye on things here downtown Phoenix. We'll probably be moving around the Phoenix area over the next several hours, so we'll certainly keep you posted. But the great news is things have died down here. Roadways are clear, and everybody was able to. Everyone was kind of getting out of work when the rain was getting really heavy. So everyone has now waited and safely made it to their cars and are pretty dry. So for now, we'll send it back to you guys inside.
Okay, well, things look pretty good and safe where Bianca is, but not the case out in Mesa. Take a look at this video. This is at Wrecker and the 202. You can see a power pole is down there. Authorities have blocked off the street. It is too dangerous right now to move past that power pole until crews come and fix that. But Lindsay told us earlier that in Mesa, there was a storm that put out a gust at 68 miles per hour. So that does fall within the severe thunderstorm category there, with winds gusting that strong and, of course, capable of putting down a power line and, knocking down trees and roofs and all of that. So we haven't seen a ton of severe storm activity today, but we have seen some isolated severe storms pop up. And again, it's just, you never know when a storm is going to turn severe. and so you really just have to be careful anytime a monsoon storm comes through. But again, if you are thinking about heading in this direction, this is Wrecker and the 202. A power pole is down there. I don't see any cars coming through. You can see a fire truck there, police officers closing off that road, so you may want to pick another route.
All right, let's go back to downtown Phoenix from our roof cam, and you can see that wind is blowing out of the west right now, pretty strongly at times, enough to move the flags. But there is also a bit of sunshine out there. So these storms, at least the first round of them, came and went fairly quickly. It put down a decent amount of rain. Not as much in the downtown area as we saw out in Apache Junction, where they picked up over ½ an inch in a very short amount of time. And that's what you worry about when you get that much rain very quickly in a half hour or so. That's where you get your flash flooding. And that's why we had a flash flood warning in effect. Lindsay, is it still in effect? Till 8:30 tonight, Lindsay says we have a flash flood warning in effect, so definitely be on the lookout, and you can always check the 12 News app. In fact, we want to just welcome everyone who's watching us on the 12 News app tonight. It's new and improved. You can dial in your neighborhood so you can see what's going on in your area, and also on all of our social media platforms where we're broadcasting live just for our social and digital viewers tonight. And speaking of our viewers, they have stepped up big time, as they always do, and when we get these storms.
Yeah, they do, and it's good because we get a chance to see all over the valley. I mean, we've got crews that are out, but we can't be everywhere, and sometimes it's nice to just, see just what's happening in each part. And it's differing. Some areas are getting sprinkles, some areas a complete downpour. This one right now coming in from @April Boyden there. Looks like she's showing us the houses nearby, kind of panning the dark, gloomy skies in every direction that she's showing us. You can see they are socked in with clouds. Yeah, clouds and rain, and it's even a little bit windy. I think she's showing us there that at least those trees are still standing right now, thankfully.
Yeah, and that's a small one.
That's a small one, yeah. Right. Here's another view. It looks like someone driving there at a stoplight. This is Marcos D. Voss, and the windshield there just completely covered in raindrops.
All right, some ominous clouds there. I'm guessing this is as the storm was moving in. Listen, we can't tell you how much we appreciate all of you sending in your video and your pictures, because it really helps us cover the valley better, because we can't have our photographers everywhere at once. So we always depend on you. And look at this video. You can see that big king palm there whipping in the breeze as the monsoon blew through. It started, around 4 o'clock this afternoon?
Yeah, a little bit after 4 o'clock. And, the storm started coming out from the west, and they were separate. And then as they got, they started to converge and basically formed one big storm that started moving across the valley. And now, Lindsay, I'm looking at the radar, and it looks like now the focus for the heavy stuff is actually south of the valley.
Yeah, Pinal County, and then that one cell is going to be moving into western Maricopa County. So places like Gila Bend and areas south of Buckeye look like they'll be hit the hardest over the next hour. But now we're just looking at some light to moderate rainfall coming down in the West Valley. Nothing severe, no flash flooding threat with some of these showers that you see over Glendale, Surprise. They're moving into Avondale and Litchfield Park right now. So that's some good news. They're getting beneficial rain in the West Valley without the severe weather threat. But our stronger storms now starting to develop in portions of Pinal County. Here's the big picture, and you can see a lot of activity in southeastern Arizona. All that is pushing to the north and west. So this is going to keep the thunderstorm threat in the forecast for the valley for the next several hours. Here's that cell moving across Arizona, 347 north of Maricopa. 40-50 mile per hour wind gusts possible with that as it pushes into Maricopa County over the next 20 to 30 minutes. And then here's a look towards southeastern Pinal County and even further to the southeast of that, Safford as well as Wilcox, and all these thunderstorms moving to the north and west. So these aren't likely to die after sunset time tonight. We will be watching this throughout the course of the evening, and some of them them will linger into the overnight as well. Not too much activity north of Interstate 40, pretty quiet there. We've had some pretty large thunderstorms move through the Prescott area and Payson. These two cells look like they're going to converge along the I-17 north of Black Canyon City. So still not out of the woods yet. We do have a flash flood watch that goes until 1 a.m. This includes the Valley, Pinal County, all the way down to Tucson and even Globe. And what a watch means is that conditions are favorable for possible flash flooding. It doesn't mean that anything's imminent yet. That's when it's upgraded to a warning. But some of these storms will be capable of producing up to 1 inch per hour rainfall rates. And you saw with some of the videos that we got in from our viewers what that looks like and how that can really impact the roadways and some low-lying areas. And for example, Apache Junction got over a half of an inch of rain in just 20 minutes. So that's what these storms are capable of doing. We still could see some blowing dust through 9 o'clock tonight. That blowing dust advisory includes portions of the West Valley and then areas even further to the west of Buckeye and Gila Bend. We will carry this thunderstorm threat through the evening and even into the overnight, and we still could be dealing with a few showers and storms on radar for the morning drive tomorrow. Best chance will be in western Arizona, but we can't rule that out in the valley either. And tomorrow likely to be another active weather day. This is a look at our Futurecast model, and it projects the radar out into the future hour by hour. And you can see through midnight tonight, we have rain and storms in and around Maricopa County. So several more hours to go on this. This is about 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, where we have some showers and storms in western Arizona. You can see a fair number of clouds around for tomorrow, but where we see that sunshine break out, that's where the thunderstorms are going to fire up the fastest. That's where we'll see the most widespread activity. So the more the sunshine we see tomorrow morning, the stronger the storms will likely be. So we'll be weather aware again tomorrow. Also, the onset of the storms tomorrow will be earlier in the day, about noon to 1 o'clock. And the arrival time, even in the valley, will be during the early afternoon as well. And then, as you'll see here with our 7-day forecast, those thunderstorm chances will start to go down beginning on Thursday, just an isolated chance, drying out by Friday and the weekend, and we're heating things right back up again.
All right, Linz, it's one of those send out for pizza nights, because Linz is going to stay here and monitor the radar. Yeah.
I can't get over that 95 though in the 7-day forecast. It doesn't even look real.
I know. So nice.
Yes, like thank you, Monsoon, right, for delivering
and
that
thanks
95
to everyone
degrees.
who had your car washed, because you helped bring this on.
Yes, it works every single time. So, of course, we'll continue to follow our monsoon coverage as it develops through the night. And, of course, you can check us out on air on 12 News at 10 o'clock. We'll have a complete wrap-up of any damage and just exactly what happened this evening with our storms. And otherwise, if anything pops up, we will see you back here on Facebook. And, of course, you can join us on 12news.com as well as our 12 News app as well.
All right, we'll see you back here at 10.